We'll call this meeting to order. Is Mary Lou Branson here? You Mary Lou? This is Mary Lou Branson, Major, retired from the Salvation Army, is here to give an invitation for us today.
Gracious God, our loving Heavenly Father, we come before you today and ask that you direct our minds and our hearts towards you today and for the benefit of the city of Connersville and all of the business at hand. We ask your blessings upon us and pray that this will become a better day because we love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As in keeping with tradition, please join us for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. First of all, we'll start with the minutes from the previous meeting. Assuming everyone's had a chance to read them, is there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the February 16 meeting?
I'll move to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mark, second by Dale to approve the minutes of the February 16th meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Okay, department reports and is there any the public hearing thing is not on here.
Is that
Oh,
today?
an old bit, no.
What's today?
Thank you.
I don't have it on here, you're right.
Is this the phase 3?
This is a closeout for phase 2.
This is your closeout for phase 2?
Yep. There's
Okay.
a required public hearing at the end of the project.
Okay.
You want me to go ahead?
There's been so many
You're right.
phase 1s, 2s, and 3s. You'll have to
Lost
excuse
track.
me, I got the whole thing messed up.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. So we have to have our public hearing to close out phase 2 today?
That is correct.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Do you want me to go ahead or do the public hearing now?
I think we should.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. But once again, Commissioners, this was the $250,000 that the county received to help provide forgivable loans to businesses in Fayette County. Dan Parker's here. I know there are some other businesses that are here, so I will just, with no further ado, start the public hearing and ask for any comments.
Dale, do you need to do anything official to open the public hearing?
I think we will officially open the public hearing, just to make it
Official.
look good.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. It's been a long time since I stood here, so it's a pleasure for me to be here and to see a new Commissioner, Dale Munson. Congratulations on your new position with the Commissioners. We, as Greg Beimer stated, we want to close out phase 2 of the COVID-19 OPA business relief grant. And in so doing, we've invited 3 business owners to come here today to give you their thoughts and comments regarding the assistance they received from phase 2. And that, as you'll recall, phase 2 was forgivable loans. And we want to thank you, commissioners, for being the legal lead on this grant and for allowing EDG to be the subrecipient to help distribute these funds. So without any further ado, we have Paula Phelps from Phelps Construction. We have, this is a test for me. We have Donald Snyder from Paper Moon Design, and we have Derek Jones from Jonesy's Restaurant. So those are the three that we invited, and they're here, 100% attendance today on the people we asked. So if we could, Paula, start with you, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I want to thank the commissioners and Dan and Oprah for everything. Our small business is one of the Fayette County businesses that received the forgivable loans. Our business from 2019 to 2020 was down about 38%, and due to our customer base that was affected by COVID-19, Brian started our business, Phelps General Contracting, about 23 years ago. He's been doing this work his whole life, for about 40 years, after taking it over from his dad. But it was a difficult and challenging year for our small business. If it wasn't for the forgivable loans that we got from you guys, we would have had a really difficult time making it through this past year. So we really appreciated the help from the loans. They were really godsent. And again, I want to say, from both Brian and I want to thank you very much. So it was really helpful. So thank you very, very, very much. So thanks.
Thank you. Whoever would like to go next? Yeah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Donald Schneider. I'm the owner of Paper Moon Designs, which we just recently opened up during this pandemic in July. So receiving this loan actually it helped drastically, not knowing what was going to happen with shipping and school events is our big customers right now, and not having some of that to fulfill what we needed. This Orchid loan helped provide a little bit more financial assistance for me and my staff. So it was a challenging time, not knowing that this pandemic was going to last this long, opening up during it. So it really helped us out to get through the first few months of opening. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Derek Jones, owner of Jonesy's in Clarksville here. We just got started. We're a fine dining restaurant for anybody that's not aware. We got started in November of 2019, and we basically got a couple months under our belt, and COVID came along. During that time period, at first, everybody got real sensitive because nobody knew what was going to happen. And so we were shut down completely for 2 months by the state, which, as a beginning business, anybody would know that has one, is very detrimental to you being able to reopen your doors. During this time period, I have 8 employees, and my employees aren't paid servers' rates. We pay an honest living rate for what they do, and then they tip. So all their half their revenue that they receive comes from tips. When we can't have people in the buildings or limited capacities, our numbers and for our staff go way down. And the only means of making it viable is to work everybody so everybody gets a little bit. During that time period, with revenues way down, without being a recipient of the Phase 2 grant, I'd be so far underwater right now, I wouldn't be opening my doors. PPP program, which is great. It's helped a lot of folks. Doesn't help people like me because I'm a new business. Everything's based off your history. So there's not very many other outlets out there for me to be able to receive extra benefits during this time period. Our revenues have been down 75% from our first 4 months from the start of COVID to the end. And my biggest concern is what's going to happen when nobody wants to come back, or if it takes too long for enough people to come back. And at the end of the day, I end up losing everything I worked for. I'm 7th generation from this town. My grandfather owned a business here. I got relatives that are in the police department, fire department. Some of them are well known now. Some of them have already passed on. I don't want to leave Connors. I came back after 20 years. You know, there's a lot of good things about this little town, and a lot of good things yet to come. But this prolonged indifference with COVID, the way people choose to react to it, will be very detrimental for the upcoming future. Not only does it impact us now, it's going to impact us long way down the road. You know, costs will go up, revenue goes down, and little businesses don't get to survive. Without what you guys have done for us, I would be on my way back to the city. Not something that I want to do by any means, but I wouldn't have an option. You know, I'd have to go work for another corporation that does nothing positive in a small town. How many large corporations have we seen come and go? The ones that keep everybody in business or employed around here are mainly small business owners. And without the time and effort that you guys put forward, a lot of us won't be able to sustain this. So I really appreciate what you guys have done for us, and hopefully we can continue to see good things in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good comments. Is there anyone here that has any questions or any additional comments? Are there any members of the Board of Commissioners that have anything they want to add, or?
You guys got any comments?
Well,
you
I'd
wanna
just
make?
like to say I'd like to, hope we can keep everybody back in business and see better times coming.
Well, to that end, we do have a phase 3 of a grant application that's out on the EDG Facebook page. It's a black and yellow ad that says new for 2021. So if you're a business owner, or if you're tuning in and you hear this, please go to that page and click the link above that ad, the black and yellow ad that says new for 2021, and apply. It's a provisional application because we don't know if Fayette County's going to get round 3. We hope we do. And Greg here's our grant writer. It's been his advice to us that we go ahead and prepare applications and get a lot of names in the hat to hand to him as he hands the application in for Fayette County. So another thank you to the commissioners for bearing with us to put the application in for round 3. We hope we get it. We really do. Because our businesses in Fayette County, they need it, as you've heard from these good people today. That's it for me, unless you guys have questions.
Nope, just
Thank
tell
you.
him he's got to get back in line.
Hey, Dan.
Okay.
Dan, got one question. The people that's already got grants in, I guess, be phase 2, are they eligible to apply for the phase 3?
They are, and it's at the sole discretion of your local review committee to determine if they, depending on who else has applied, if they haven't received any funding previously, What's the need? How competitive is it? But they can apply.
And we've been telling all of our past recipients that very same thing. And that the committee, I know, is pretty good folks, and I think they would see the need if the need really existed. Good question, Dale. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Seeing no further comments or questions, we can, Mr. President, we can close the hearing.
Okay, as far as you're concerned, Greg, that's all you need?
This is all I need for the public hearing. I do have 3 documents that when you go back in session, if you would approve Dale to sign these, this is for the closeout.
Okay.
So I'll leave these here with you.
All right, you only need 1 signature on those 3?
Yes, they're all for the President of the Board of Commissioners.
Okay.
I'll move it. Bill signs the document.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, to you recipients that are here today, I hope that what Phase 2 has done for you so far helps you get past this, get over the hump on this. Like Dan said, we don't know yet about Phase 3, but if Phase 3 becomes a reality, we will be more than happy to facilitate another round of COVID relief. We'll do a Phase 4, Phase 5, won't we, Dan? If the opportunity comes up. I've worked with Dan and our committee on the EDG to vet the applicants, and it's without this additional help, I don't know what some of you would have done up until now, but I hope, if nothing else comes along, I hope this helps you get through this. It seems like there is light at the end of the tunnel, but like Mr. Jones says, how long will it take for his customers to come back? They don't know, and the restaurant business is a tough enough business the way it is without something like this. So for myself, I've been happy to assist in this and will be more than happy to do it again if we get the opportunity. So you can enter those as my comments, but I wanted these folks to know that.
Well, I can get up there and say a lot more comments, but I would sit up there and I would just bawl my eyes out, so. I
Well,
could barely speak as it was, so, I mean, I understand, Derek. I understand exactly how you feel, so. I mean, I talked to Mark in the grocery store one day and I said bald for 20 minutes, so. I mean, just like unemployment, I work for Brian, so I can't get unemployment because I work for him and I'm his wife, so I could go one-on-one, but I just couldn't do it. Dan said, you can make it short or you can make it long. I'm like, no, I have to make it short because I couldn't, there's just no way, because if I done it, I just can't go one-on-one because I just couldn't explain what I really wanted to say, because you can't, because I wouldn't be able to talk anyway, because I understand, we want to stay in Connersville too. I mean, you don't know what people's lives are, especially for people that work self-employed. I mean, it's hard. I mean,
We'll work through it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stay in Connersville. I mean, it's a good place to live. I mean, you want your kids and your grandkids to stay here. I mean, our son's coming in after Brian. I mean, his dad's done it forever, and then he passed away, and Brian did it over, and now our son's doing it, and we want him to stay here and bring up his kids. But I mean,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We got some of that, so. Once again, that's all I needed, gentlemen. Thank you very much, and I'll.
Thank you.
okay, Greg, pick up these papers, I've signed them here,
Okay, sure.
and
Thank you.
if that's all you need,
That's it. Yep.
we will adjourn the public hearing, close out public hearing for Okla's COVID Relief Phase 2. Thank you all very much for your participation. And with that, we will open up our regular scheduled council or commissioners meeting. And we'll start out with department heads in the order in which they are here. I thought Ruth was going to be here. I don't see her. Okay. Lavonda, you got something for us?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I have a 144 here for you for a part-time. My other part-time person went on to another position to be able to earn a little bit more money in order for her to retire more comfortably. So therefore, I now have an open position for someone else. She's a good candidate. She's worked in the banking field, so she has knowledge with money and can count. So that's important. And she does have good computer skills, so that's definitely a plus. And she can multitask, which is important as well, so.
Okay, so this is an open position.
Yes. And she can start tomorrow. The sooner I can get her on, the better. I can start getting her trained for the spring installment that's coming up, so.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know
It's going to
it.
be here before we know it, so
Yeah.
I'd like to get her in here and get her trained if I can.
I'll move to approve the 144 for Sarah, what's your last name?
Merida.
Merida?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mark, second by Dale to approve the 144 request for the county treasurer's office for Sarah Merida, a part-time cashier position. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anything else we can do for you, Lavonda?
Not right now. I'll think of something later, I'm sure.
Okay, all right.
Thanks.
Okay. Dave Rickman, you got anything for us today?
Just my monthly thing that you already have.
Okay. Bill Gray?
Hello, long time no see. I've got 3 things. A couple of them's easy. Our pest control people went out of business first of COVID. So I've been using Atlas Pet Solutions, and I got quotes from 2 other companies, and they beat them pretty bad. One was $350 a month to spray the buildings. This is all 3 buildings. It's courthouse, jail, and annex. And the other one was $230. Hearst Pest Control, we were paying $205, and with this Atlas Pet Solution, they come in at $185. So I'd like to use them for all 3 buildings. And they do come in if I need them to. If I get a problem, they'll come in and take care of it. It's just like Hearst did. I don't know what happened with Hearst. They're no longer, they won't answer their calls.
I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know. I tried several times to get hold of them and can't.
We've been using them for a long time.
Yeah, been using them for years, and I can't get hold of anybody. I've tried ever since this pandemic started. Of course, I had to have some spraying done, so I had to get somebody in here.
Is Atlas a local?
Yeah, they're local. The other thing I have, I've got 2 crankcase heaters out of the units here at the courthouse. They're not completely out, but they're going out. And I got a quote from Johnson Controls to replace them. Let me see if I can find that quote. There it is. They want $1,917 to replace those 2 crankcase heaters. I got another quote from North Mechanical, and they come in at $759. That's a big difference. And I checked it out to make sure that it was apples to apples, and it was. So I'm not real happy with Johnson Controls with their service. I have been for years. They've done a great job for years, but the last 2 years, it's been awful trying to get them to do anything. I've got We just had a motor put in here, as Dell knows. That didn't actually fix the problem. I've got a board out up there somewhere, and I've been trying to get their tech guys down here to look at it. He's been in there twice. He spent 2 days down here, one here and one at the jail. I got one out at the jail too. I can't get into computers. I can't see what they're doing, so I have to manually be in here, especially if the weather changes and it gets bad cold. I've got to come in here and make sure things are running. So you got to manually look at them. You can't control them any other way. And he spent 2 days down here and never done anything. Never got nothing done. Said he couldn't fix it. Sent me a quote for $5,000 to replace the computer at the jail. So I'm gonna look at that. That's not. I'm gonna look at another company to come in and check that out. I want to cancel the contract with Johnson Controls, service contract, and get the contract with North Mechanical out of Indy. I've got a copy of their contract here, and it's right with Johnson Controls. Same price-wise. Same service.
Same price.
Same
Johnson?
services, same price. I didn't have time to get you guys a copy of it, but I will. It's just, I'm just not real happy with Johnson's at all. And like I said, for the last 14 years I have been, but the last 2 years their services has went to nothing. I can't get anything done, and I got to keep this equipment running. So that's where I stand with them. And like this quote I just got, that was ridiculous. That's $1,500, over $1,500 difference, or $1,100 difference in the crankcase heaters. That's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well,
Is there a cost if you cancel that Johnson Control?
What I can do is, I talked to Jane, the auditor, she can type me up a letter. Anywhere from 30 to 45 days we can get out of it. We're not binding to it.
Are we to check the new contract out?
Yes, like I said, I didn't have time to make you guys copies.
What did that motor cost that you had?
I haven't got the bill on that motor yet, but it's not
I
going to
bet
be
it's
cheap.
up there.
It's not going to be cheap.
that was a
That's a drive motor,
20 horsepower ball door motor,
drive motor.
and I lifted one end,
Yeah.
and it
It's
felt
heavy.
like it weighed about 500 pounds.
They weigh about 650 pounds.
650
And
pounds.
we took it up that winding staircase over there.
I don't know how you guys do it.
We took the last one up with a crane, but it was a little bit bigger than this one. We won't be able to take much up that staircase much more because
That
it's
staircase
too
won't hold
dangerous.
it.
It ain't gonna hold. I mean, that's the old staircase.
Dang.
That was my objective all along, putting that equipment up there.
Yeah.
No access to it. Have to crane everything in.
Okay, so we would have to give Johnson Controls a 30-day notice.
30 or 45, I'm not sure. They could bump it to 45 if they wanted to, but usually 30.
Okay. The North Mechanical, this contract you have here says that the service agreement price is $16,244 a year, payable in 4 quarterly installments.
Yeah, that's the same way Johnson's is set up.
Okay. And you're convinced that we'll get
I know we will.
better service?
I know we will.
Okay. I got to depend on your judgment on
Yeah.
these things.
I know we will, because I've been around these guys for a long time.
I'll move to, let Bill change over to, was it North Mechanical?
North Mechanical.
For the price of $16,244 a year.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mark, second by Dale to approve the termination of contractual agreement with Johnson Controls and to enter into a service agreement with North Mechanical. Any further question?
Have one. Jeff, have you looked at these?
I've not seen that contract though.
No, Jeff hasn't. I just got it, so that's why I didn't get you guys copies of it. But
We could make this contingent on
Yeah, on our
the,
lawyer.
and that's fine, because we gotta get this contract canceled anyway,
Yeah,
so.
we can't
that's-
do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's gonna take at
We
least
don't want
30
to
days
leave the
anyhow.
lawyer out.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
pass that over.
Thank you, sir.
Any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
All right, that's all I have.
Now, the other thing you had there, do you need us to act on that?
That was on the pest control?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's,
Okay.
like I said, it's only 185 a month. That's, the other one was 205 a month, so we're dropping it. We're not raising or anything.
Yeah. Well, if you find out what happened to Bill Hurst.
I would like to
let me
know. I would really like to know, because
Yeah. I haven't seen Bill for a long time.
I haven't, I tried to get hold of him. I can't get hold of him. And I've not seen him anywhere in town or nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to know myself, because I was pleased with everything they did.
Yeah,
I've been with them for a long time.
okay. You don't have any really bad news for us today?
Well, if you want some, I can probably.
No, we don't want any.
No, I don't. Other than the crankcase heater thing, and I'm gonna, yeah, you guys will have to approve that. The quote on that,
That's the $700.
that's $1,558 difference between the quotes. This is North Mechanical's,
North Mechanical.
this is North Mechanical's bid, and this is Johnson Controls bid.
And we gotta approve
Yeah.
the, I'll move to approve the North Mechanical.
It was
Bill for $700.
Jeff's got it.
You're talking about the contract?
$759.
I'll second it.
Okay, your motion was to approve the North Mechanical
Yeah.
quote? Okay. Jane, we've got a motion by Mark, second by Dale to approve the quote from North Mechanical for $759 to replace crankcase heaters. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3
We
ayes.
need to get those replaced right away, because, like I said, they're not out, but they're bad. And if they go out, and it sits in this cold weather, and when compressors fire up, they'll put water in the oil, so we don't want that. We'll lose our compressors.
You need these
I
back?
need it signed and back, yeah.
Okay.
Now I'll get a copy to Jane,
You only want the one from,
North Mechanical.
okay.
I've got a question. On this contract, were you guys saying you agreed to a 1 year? Because this is a 3 year.
That's a 1 year, yeah.
Well, it's a 3-year contract.
Yeah, but it's a yeah, okay. That's what it goes up to.
But I just want to make sure we know it. This is
Yeah.
a 3-year contract.
Yeah, it's a 3-year. It's the same as Johnson. Johnson was a 3-year contract.
Well, if the county attorney finds anything there
Sure.
that we,
Yeah.
And it looks
change, we've got time to do that.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. We don't have to do that right away. You can look through it, Jeff, and see, make sure everything's okay. Because, like I said, we got 30, 45 days, so we don't have to worry
Well,
about it.
the only thing I would say is that looking through it a lot of it's boilerplate language. The fact that it's a 3-year contract and we can only get out of it if we give them 30-day notice not to renew it.
That's the same, yeah.
Well, no, that's different than what you're telling me the old one is.
Wait a minute, what'd you say?
It's 30-day notice to not renew.
To not renew.
So that means we're hooked in until 3 years from now. But sometime early 2024, we can give them a 30-day notice before the March date is up. As long as we do it before February 1st, or I guess January 28th of 2024, we don't renew it. But that doesn't get us out of the current contract. So you might make sure the old one's like that too.
Okay, yeah, we'll look at that.
Yeah, because it might be that 30 days doesn't get you out of it,
But
but just doesn't renew it.
I don't think so.
Either way, I'm not saying there's not ways we
Right.
can get out of it. I
Right.
in a different manner, but
Right. Okay.
Well, you've got our permission to proceed one way or the other, but the procedure you use to get out of Johnson Control and in with North Mechanical may not yet be settled then.
Right.
Is that what you're saying, Jeff?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, so we need to look at Johnson, we need to look at the contract with Johnson and see.
If you could get both of these to Jane, she'd email them to me, and her and I can have 30.
Actually, she's the one I'll have to get it.
Okay, very good.
And just for your information, Bill, in case you don't have to hang around for this, but later on our agenda, when we get to new business, we are going to decide whether or not to approve a 144 for a part-time building maintenance employee to help you get caught up.
Thank God. You got somebody in mind?
No, we don't.
No. Okay. Okay.
Or I don't. I don't know if either one of these guys do or not, but we'll have to depend on you for a proper job description,
Okay.
and we'll have to nationally advertise the job.
Yeah.
And
I'll need somebody with some plumbing, electric experience, and
Yeah.
somebody that's some carpenter experience,
Yeah.
computer experience.
Well, hopefully we'll come up with the right person.
Sounds good. All right, I have nothing else.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Jay, do you have anything for us today?
Good afternoon. We got the truck we had at Marines Fork back, but we're still waiting to see how it's gonna work out, because it was showing oil in the water, and they don't know whether it was from, because when they got it done the first time, the oil went through past the sleeve down in, the water went past the sleeve down into the oil. Well, they took it all apart, to see what was wrong with it, and they sent him the wrong head gaskets, and it wasn't sealing up right. So they took it apart, put it back together, and now we got it, now we're running it. We're gonna watch the oil, watch the water, and make sure nothing's leaking anywhere, and then if it don't leak anywhere, we'll flush it out, because we haven't got the bill from it yet. They're waiting for us to tell them whether or not it's working or not, before they send us the bill. Because they have to take it apart again, it's gonna change
So it's been tore down twice
twice.
for the same thing?
Yep. Just because they got the wrong gaskets.
I'm not going to make a public comment about that.
I've seen it happen before, so
Well,
it is possible to get the wrong ones. It depends on who's sending it out to you, whether they know what they're looking for or not. I don't know how many times I've had to go back and get different parts because they sent me the wrong parts when I was in the garage. So it makes it bad for on a mechanic trying to do it.
well, it wasn't our mechanic doing this job.
No, it was theirs up there.
Right.
They run into the same problem we always run into.
Gee whiz.
I sent guys out and took care of the mud on the Gavin Road that I told you about,
Yeah.
and took care of what Mossberg told you about.
I've already got a report on that, and he...
Was it a good one?
Yes, an excellent report.
Because I sent a guy up there, and he told him he had a pile of dirt he needed taken out of the field. And he said, "That ain't a pile of dirt, that's a field entrance. You can't dig that up. You had a backhoe there." And he showed him where the can was at. So, he said, "I don't know whether he'll be happy about that or not."
Yeah, well, the last word I heard earlier today, the guy's done a good job up there fixing that, and
That's good.
everything's...
We're putting gravel on the gravel roads right now, trying to get as much down as we can before the rain comes in again. Because they're still sloppy and they're still froze. A lot of them are still froze.
Yeah.
We're getting our equipment out of the park and bringing it down so we can get it ready for when it dries out and lets us start something, we can go ahead and start doing things. But,
Has the pothole season officially started yet?
oh yeah, we patched, I had 5 crews out. Let's see, today's 2 days, last day last week, and Monday we had them out. I think it was Monday, it was dry, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
think so, yeah.
and we've hauled about half or 2/3 of our pile of coal mix away already. So we'll probably end up having to get more just to keep up. But I wanna advertise for 3 part-time to see if I can find somebody that'll come in. Then I'll bring you 144s on them when I find somebody, because I haven't got nobody on the list down there or anything to help us with the patching. That's all I'm wanting, is somebody that can show. So once we get started, we can put them on our spray patchers and send them out with them too.
Okay, so you want to bring in 3 part-timers to help with the pothole?
Patching and yeah, potholes and spray patching with patch machines. That way we can go ahead and do cans and stuff and get ready for chip sealing.
Yeah.
Because the guy on the distributor truck is supposed to be there Thursday to look at it.
Speaking of the distributor, the new chip box that we have ordered, have you heard any word about delivery on that?
We'll be in here within the next week.
Really?
Yeah. He told me the 1st of the month, and I talked to him last Friday, I think it was, and he said it's en route, so we should get it. But I told him it ain't gonna do us no good to have that if we don't have a distributor truck to work with it. They need to get that thing fixed.
Yeah.
They're finally coming down on it.
Okay. Now, you met with Dale Munson and I and the guy from Centos. Since then, have you had an opportunity to go over the uniforms needed or not needed with the guys down there?
I went through and talked to the guys, and they said it's on the shirts, where they got so many different kinds of shirts, most of them would wear the gray ones with the stripes on them instead of 3 different kinds of uniforms. But a lot of them don't want to wear the blue ones like they used to have, and some of them, they're just undecided. I said they got too many options is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I got an email from that Mark Davis recently asking if, you know, if we had made a decision on changing our orders or anything from him. I told him that I didn't know if you had met with the men yet or not. So I think our agreement with them ends in June, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I think that's what he said, it was June.
Okay, so if there's any change in what we need, and you want to stay with that company, let me know, and we'll get with that guy and make any change you need to make, or anything else pertaining to the uniforms.
Well, I'm just gonna have to tell them they're gonna have to make up their minds what they want to do on their uniforms down there, because they can't have 3 different kinds.
Yeah.
They need to all look alike. I know they don't want to, but they do.
Yeah. Okay. Do you need us to act on 144s for the part?
No, let me get some names for you first. I'll put an ad in the paper or something, get some names, people get some applications or something.
Okay.
Because I don't care if they have a CDL license or not, as long as they got a valid driver's license.
Yeah.
As long as they've got a strong back.
What's the age requirement?
I think it's 18, I think.
I think that's right.
I think that's what that was where the limit they set it on. I think it was 18.
Did you get a complaint for over by Ron Kaufman's farm with kids where the water's running out in the road?
Where at now?
Over by Everton on the road.
Oh,
Water's
that.
coming off Ron Kaufman onto the road.
Are you talking about the spots all tore up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was done by one of our plow trucks.
Oh yeah?
He went off one side and back on the other side and threw a bunch of dirt from the one side onto the other side. We got to go out and clean it up yet. We haven't done it yet.
And then I got a mailbox.
Oh no.
Can
Go
you get a
ahead.
mailbox and put on her thing?
We can't find a mailbox that looks like the little red barn. I have checked at TSC Farm Store. They don't have them. Wells doesn't have them. They're not on the Rural King website. I'm going to have to call her and find out where she got this thing.
But she was expecting it this morning, she said.
Oh, yeah? I didn't mean to make her mad the day she called me, but I can't handle somebody screaming at me over the phone. And that's all she wanted to do, so. I just told her when she wanted to talk reasonable, she could call me back.
Well, we'll handle that down the road.
We fixed the one up the road from her, on Robinson's.
Yeah.
We put a mailbox on it, and we went back and checked it. And we gotta go back when it's nice to get a post in, because we split the post right down the middle.
Yeah.
So whoever hit it for a time.
Well, that's, mailboxes are a common casualty of plowing snow.
Well, a lot of times your snow will get them. We don't even have to touch them. If the snow's heavy, I don't care how slow you go, if they got a weak post on them or anything, it'll knock them down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've done a good job keeping the snow off the roads this week, Jay. See if you can keep it up the rest of the season. I'm
gonna tell you, if I don't see any more snow for the next 2 years, I don't care. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it, believe me.
I'm with you. You guys got anything else?
We're all behind you on the snow.
Okay. You have a good afternoon.
Okay.
Take care.
Surveyor Bill Mackey, do you have anything for us today?
I believe I sent you guys the copy of the general engineering service agreement with Butler Fairman for the community crossings for this year if we awarded it. So what I need to do is go ahead and sign that if you're ready for them.
Okay.
I'm not sure, hopefully shortly. There's 2 copies here. I'd like to have 2 originals, one for me and one for Butler.
Okay.
He wouldn't mind sign both of them. I'm hoping that we hear shortly whether we get awarded the $1 million.
Is this,
So, this is for the work, if we get awarded.
is this on Bridge 90?
No, this is community crossings.
Oh, the
The
community.
engineering for the community crossing stuff that they always do in the forest with the
Okay.
estimates and everything.
Right.
You sign it, done every year. Yeah, if we're awarded the money.
Is that anything Jeff needs to look at?
Nah, it's just something we always.
It's a boilerplate, pretty typical annual one, I would presume.
Do you need a motion to approve this? Make a motion to approve this.
Of course, it's contingent on our getting the award. If we don't get to phase 1, I guess we'll apply for phase 2. Will we have to do another one for phase 2, sign another agreement if we don't get phase 1? This will be for the whole year.
We have a motion and a second to approve the general engineering and services agreement between the county and Butler Fairman and Seifert for the 2021 community crossings projects. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. There you go, Bill, they're all signed.
And this is just a copy of the letter that we got funded for Bridge 32. You guys read these at your own leisure. This is what I got from the state, that we did get that's the 900,000 is for construction and inspection, design, right away, and everything will come later. So you guys read that at your own leisure. So we did get awarded the money. So, so I'll send you.
Yeah, I didn't know about this, but Dick Robertson walked in the building a while ago with this good news that we'd been awarded.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting it right away.
Yeah, it came a lot quicker than we thought about.
Caught me off guard totally, so.
Yeah, considering that we did 54 projects in the whole state that had $100 million of projects, and 54, we got one of the 54 projects, so we were happy to get it. So that'll be constructed in 2026, so we're always five years out. So, but at least we got something on the books ready to roll.
Well, it's good to know that, we've come this far. If they've made this commitment, they're not gonna, they're gonna go ahead and stick with us.
Oh,
through the
yeah,
end of the
yeah.
project.
Oh, yeah, as long as we keep our end. Well, you'll read in there,
Sure.
that, it's basically us filling our obligations. They're gonna fund it. It's just, we've got to keep our obligations in order to do it, so that won't be a
Yeah.
big deal as long as I'm here.
And this is for the replacement of Bridge 32. We've been awarded $900,000 in federal highway money on this. And for the benefit of the listening public, can you tell them where Bridge 32 is?
It's on County Road 50 North, about a quarter mile west of where the Connersville, or Willowbrook Country Club is. It's basically West 12th Street, turns into 50 North, and it's down there about a quarter mile west of where the northwest corner of the Country Club is.
Yeah.
It's just right down the street there.
And we've got until 2026.
That's when construction will begin, but we got a lot of engineering, a lot of other things get done before, so.
Sure, yeah. But we won't have to worry about closing the road for a while until 2026. So, be forewarned. And a special thanks to Dick Robertson for bringing that good news today.
Yes, and all their help.
Yeah, and all the help you've been. So we really appreciate that.
That's all I have.
I will mention this, Bill. A couple of weeks from now, we have a public hearing scheduled for
23rd?
Yeah.
Is that still on?
As far as I know.
Okay.
I haven't heard any different. One of the questions that's going to be raised at that hearing is how the individual property owners are going to be affected financially on the public drain assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you possibly can, please have something on paper, something simple that explains if you own 1 acre of ground, this is what this means.
Okay, yeah, I'll do some research and see how you normally figure lots and acreage for.
That's going to be the number one question.
Absolutely, they're concerned how much they're going to pay.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, I'll do some research between now and then and make sure I have something, at least give them an idea of what possibly may happen.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Okay, I thought he was coming back with something else. I guess not. Michael, did you have something for us today?
Just what Bill brought for you. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you guys needed any time or not here, so.
We were hoping we was going to tell you got awarded $1 million today, but we haven't announced it.
Okay. Under mail, anybody got any mail? No. Sheriff? Under old business, we have a public hearing for the proposed regulated drain moved to March the 23rd. We had originally scheduled that for the 16th, hadn't we?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the requester's desire to move it to the 23rd?
There's a timing issue.
Okay.
We had to allow so many days.
The advertisement.
Give the time for that one too.
Yeah, okay. That refreshes my memory. And the public hearing for the reestablishment of the Cume Cap Fund will also be on the 16th. That'll be in 2 weeks at 2 p.m. So there's no change we need to make in that, right? Okay. All right. Under new business, Amy Brumfield, President of the County Cemetery Commission, is here to talk about our 2021 mowing contract.
Thanks,
Hi,
I can
Amy.
breathe now. Good afternoon. For the 2021 mowing contract, we have 18 cemeteries in mind with one of them being twice a season. And at one point in time, the contract used to be for a 3-year period, and we were having some issues, so we took that back to a yearly, and somehow we would like to be able to extend it for a 2-year period. Like if whoever is awarded the contract this year, if they did a good job and everybody was in agreement, we could extend the contract for a second year for the same rate. Is that something that we could do possibly, so we don't have to do this every year?
I would defer to our council on that question.
We can always do as many years as we'd like and as many years as somebody would be willing to agree to. You get a little trickier when you say as long as we're happy. I mean, we could put in there a clause that says at the sole discretion of the cemetery commission that it would be renewed for a second year. But then I think we'd probably, if they say no, then it would probably, I don't know that we'd push anybody to press that anyway. So, I mean, what I would probably do is say something along the lines of it to be automatically renewed if both parties are in agreement.
So you think it wouldn't be hard to come up with wording that would give us the latitude to do that if we saw fit?
I just want to have discretion for we could get out of it if we're not satisfied.
It does say that on the contract already.
Okay, did you bring with you a list of the 18 cemeteries that'll be on this year's mowing?
I do have a list.
Okay.
Ready?
Well, you'll have to...
I didn't bring a copy of a list.
Okay, well, if you can provide a copy, 'cause anyone, we can make the list available in the auditor's office for anyone that wants to bid on this mowing contract. They can come here and get a copy of the list, and then they can go and view the individual cemeteries if they like or whatever to determine what they would want to bid on the mowing contract. Didn't we provide the list before, Jane?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do that again and note specifically whether each one has to be mowed on a regular basis or a twice a year basis, or...
Can I email that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and the last thing I have is Brian Dobbs' term is up, so we will need to replace them.
His term is up
Yes.
now?
Yeah, well, it was actually up in December.
Okay.
2020. Mine's December of 2021.
Okay, I don't recall that on our list of appointments.
Yeah.
And do you guys?
He doesn't want to be reappointed.
Oh, he doesn't want to be reappointed?
No.
Okay.
But he did say that he would stay until after the contract is wrapped up.
Okay. I don't recall us making, when we did our appointments in January, I don't have that list in front of me, and I can't remember if the cemetery commission was on the list or not. I don't know how that would have been
Probably
missed.
not. We've been short people with COVID and went several meetings where we didn't have a quorum, so.
Okay. But he doesn't want to stay any longer?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Thanks for reminding us of that, and we can take that under advisement, and if we can help you try to find someone to replace him.
That would be perfect.
Okay. Well, don't let us forget about it.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to do on the terms of the 2021 mowing agreement?
No, because it does say on there that they need proper equipment and stuff, so that is very important. And also, I'd just like to say that I don't want to get stuck like we were last year with the unreasonably low bid, and then we had to, got 2 months into the contract and it didn't work out, and then we had to replace them. And so, I mean, is it normally you have to take the lowest bid?
No, I think we all learned a lesson from that experience.
Right.
If a ridiculously low bid comes in, I think that's warning enough that something is not going to work. So we'll do everything we can to avoid a situation like that again. So I wouldn't worry about that. But if you can, send the auditor your list as soon as you can, because we will advertise this then when we have the list, and we want to be able to put the contract in force in first week of April.
Yes, I forget what that date is.
That just gives us a month to advertise, take
Right.
bids.
The 6th, is that when you meet again?
If that's the second or the first Tuesday of April, yes.
That's the first Tuesday.
We meet again on the 16th.
Can't do it that quick.
No, but I mean, we can discuss, oh, you mean, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Just turn your list in.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, under the new business, we have this 144 for ourselves for a building maintenance and part-time building maintenance and repair person at the hourly rate of $15 per hour. Try to help Bill Gray and everyone get caught up on some
So
work
do we
around
need
it.
to approve this, or do we have to have a person to do that?
No, we don't have a person, we'll have to advertise the job.
I'll need to go ahead and advertise for a person to fulfill this 144.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 144 for a part-time building and maintenance repair person at $15 an hour rate. And we'll seek council's approval this evening. If they will approve it, we'll advertise the job and see what we can get. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay, that takes care of new business. You guys, either one of you guys got anything new?
Nope.
Okay. How about patron concerns? Is there anyone in the audience today have anything to bring before us? Okay, not.
I'll move to approve the claims and payroll.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve claims and payroll. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. I'll start signing here and pass them down. Minutes. want to tell us what we're forgetting today? We usually forget something. I can't think of anything either. You, Jeff?
Cannot.
Well, when we think of it, we'll take it up next time. You guys done?
I'm done. I'll move to adjourn.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.